Hey guys, let's go to problem 15. So we got f of x, which is equal to x squared minus 3 for the domain, defined as the set from -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. Determine the size of the range. So what should we do? We got to plug things in, but before plug things in, just try to investigate the behavior of f of x. So remember that from the previous questions, we actually saw that f of x was, this type of functions is even function. Like we got some x squared and -3. Well, I can say that this is even function because you can identify that we got x squared minus 3 times x to the power of 0. We get some even function out there. Okay, so this looks like totally even to me. So that means this is even function. So in other words, instead of doing all the works, the domain that we're given, right? The domain that we're given is going to be the set of x values, the set of inputs. Well, I wrote it down in the think-through. The domain of f of x is a set of inputs. So we got -2 and -1, 0, 1, and 2. So we actually got all these, like 5 numbers. But we don't have to plug all 5 numbers in order to get the range for this one, because the range is going to be the actual output, the set of actual outputs. So instead of plugging -2, we can actually plug just 2. Because we eventually get the same value, right? So instead of computing like -1, we can actually plug just 1 for sure. So that means that we're going to just compute f of 2. So what is f of 2? It means that we get 2 squared minus 3. And that's going to be 4 minus 3. And this is going to be 1. So we got one possible value. What about f of 1? Can we get f of 1? Yes. So that becomes 1 squared minus 3, and 1 minus 3 equals -2. And I know that these are all, in fact, equal to f of -2. And at the same time, this is going to be equal to f of -1, for sure. Okay, so let's erase this. And f of -1. Okay, so what about the third one? What about f of 0? Can we find f of 0? Of course we can, right? F of 0 will be 0 squared minus 3, and this will be -3. So if I just write down all the range, well, probably it's going to be positive 1 has appeared twice, but we just don't write twice. We get 1, and we get -2 appearing twice, but we don't write it twice, and we got -3. So if someone asks you to find the size of the range, if someone asks you to find the size of the range, you just have to identify the number of elements that the number of elements that have appeared. So it's going to be 3. And the answer for our question must be 3.